What's up, everybody? This is Justin Swinney from Champ Training and Swinney Nutrition. We're going to go over a little terminology today in regards to periodization and programming for skeletal muscle hypertrophy. Now, why am I doing this? Well, mainly because people keep asking, what is a mesocycle? What is a microcycle? Why do you use this terminology? Well, I'm going to answer those questions and hopefully help you paint a clearer picture so when you step back and look at your plan, it makes sense to you, okay? Now, the word up here on top is macrocycle. The macrocycle will, for us, for our purposes, for this video, is going to serve as the largest period of training, okay? So if we want to assign a time frame to this, just for example purposes, we can give this the time frame of 12 months. Now, next on the list, block. What is a block? Well, a block builds into our macrocycle, so that tells us it is the next down on the size of the period of time. So if you think 3 blocks built into a macro, if the macro is 12 months, what are the blocks? Well, they can really be whatever you want, whatever your program's designed, whatever the purpose of your program is. This could be a specific block that's 2 months. This could be a specific block that's 4 months. This one could be 6 months, or they could be 4, 4, and 4. It could be whatever it needs to be, as long as you understand that blocks build into the macro cycle. Now, this kind of replicates itself down the board with the next term, mesocycle. This is something you'll probably hear a lot more frequent than you'll hear macrocycle or block. A mesocycle is typically between 6 and 8 weeks. I've seen mesocycles be successful in very rare occasions for 10 to 12 weeks. 12 is pushing it, probably around 8 to 10. But I've also seen them as successful as a 2 to 3 week peaking mesocycle or a 4 to 6 week strength mesocycle. They could be various time frames, but just understand that a block is multiple mesocycles, at least 2, maybe as many as 6. That's probably pushing it, but at least 2, probably up to 4. Now, what is a microcycle? A microcycle builds into the mesocycle. So multiple micros equal 1 meso. How long is a microcycle? A microcycle is typically a week, typically looked at as a week. Now, I have a little different opinion on this, and I don't necessarily assign the term week to microcycle, which if you look it up, you will see that a lot. It's a 7-day week, a microcycle happens within the week. The reason I don't do that is I've had programs I've designed, let's say they're 2 on, 1 off, 2 on, 1 off, so that gives you 6 days. Well, how is that a microcycle that's 7 days when it only equals 6? Because if you restart on the 7th day, you're still within the first microcycle, technically, if you're looking at a week, but you're on the second microcycle if you're referring to the sequence of sessions. So, the way I view a microcycle is the complete sequence of sessions. Now, let's imagine you have a 2-day split, an upper-lower split, and if you repeat that split 2 or 3 times within a 7-day period, so is that a microcycle because it's in 7 days? Or is that 3 microcycles within 7 days? Now you see where I'm going. I would count that as 3 microcycles because it was 3 sequences through the same program. Now, under microcycle, session. What is a session? A session is a workout, a training session. This can also get a little tricky when you have multiple sessions a day. Competition athletes, at times, they'll have cardio in the morning, strength training in the afternoons, or in the off season, they may have 2 strength training sessions a day or training sessions a day. So that can get a little complicated when you're doing your programming of your microcycles if your sessions are multiple sessions a day. Just make sure you properly recover between so you're not kind of hitting yourself in the foot. So one more time, let's go over these. The macrocycle is the largest time frame, largest time period. Block, multiple blocks built into a macrocycle. Mesocycle, multiple mesocycles built into blocks. The microcycle, multiple microcycles built into a meso. And then the sessions built into the Micro, multiple sessions equal 1 microcycle. So hopefully that gives you a little better idea on the terminology of periodization and programming when you're looking at specific time periods. If I didn't answer any questions, or if I missed something, or hopefully I didn't confuse you more than you were before you watched it, but if I have, let me know and I'll fix all this stuff and I'll answer questions in another video. All right, thank you.